see another. Damn. Well, too many people have phones in 1920. Probably only one or two phones downtown. But yeah, maybe you see another car driving by, coming your way as you turn down the road to head towards the town.
Buffy, that's where I am now.
They start flashing their lights and slowing down as you start coming upon them. Now remember, Elizabeth and Boothberry, you're not feeling real well. And if you got to talk, you got to pump yourself up. You guys have to try and crawl yourself and talk through the back if you're going to whisper. Otherwise, you'll be yelling and well, full hearing everyone, because this is the middle of the night in farmland. In other words, sound carries. Only John and Antonio are driving the car. What are you guys going to do as this other sort of Model T truck seems to come driving towards you?
I bang on the back of the cab and point towards the car.
Flicks its lights on. Starts slowing down. You accelerate. And you hear them kind of yelling, you know. All right, you guys start crawling into town. Yeah, I mean, it's quiet here. There's not a lot. You know, the town isn't very big. You know, just a couple of stores. Like I said, the church. Most people don't really live here. They live in their farmhouses, to be honest with you. This is just kind of a little commercial hub. What are you guys going to... All right, I mean, although you can just drive through. Right? You'll drive right through to get yourself over to Cleveland. Not Cleveland, my God. I'm sorry, Syracuse.
God, Jesus, we're a pretty long way from Cleveland.
Yeah. And no one wants to go to Cleveland, trust me. You don't want to go to Cleveland now.
Cleveland was probably nicer in the 20s.
Maybe.
Will half a tank get us to Syracuse?
No.
You don't know.
In a 1920s car, probably not.
Actually, Antonio.
Yeah.
Antonio, roll your intelligence.
My intelligence is 45.
Well,
45.
And Judge, I mean, Mars can roll his intelligence also. Yeah. So Rudolph, you're a clever guy. Both of you roll your intelligence. Rudolph, you're not sure if you can make it on half a tank. Maybe.
But there's a gas station in the village, isn't there? Can we not just fill up there?
You could. You gotta get the pumps working. I mean, do you say that in your half dying gas station as you hear Rudolph and
that's exactly. It was as if I said it.
Arguing with each other about whether or not they can get to they can make it.
I think can we see the gas station a lot further up the road from where we are?
It takes you but a couple minutes to pull up in the center of town past the gas station.
So I bang on the cab again and point towards the gas station.
It's simple. All right. It's
It's still nighttime, right?
It's still the middle of the night.
Okay. Oh man, is there anyone at the gas station apart from presumably like an attendant?
The gas station is completely empty. It's pretty silent here in town.
I mean, is there no one? Is there not like a gas station attendant?
It's 1920s, in the middle of nowhere. The
I'm just
gas
saying,
station attendant
how do you pay for gas?
was like
You don't in the middle of the
75 years
night.
old.
But
You can't just take the gas. There's no credit cards yet.
But
Yeah,
that's exactly what we should do. Antonio probably knows how to operate a pump, doesn't he?
I should, yeah.
Okay, then I pull up.
Okay. So I go down. And, I should be. Do I
I mean-
need to make any check to like? Use the pump?
Well, I have a feeling, and this is something I didn't really get a chance to look at this, but I have a feeling that somewhere somehow you gotta turn this puppy on. Might be a
Puppy on?
key or something somewhere. Yeah, it's kind of a colloquial. So you gotta turn the gas pump on.
I thought that was automatic. I was like, can you? Okay.
Well, I mean, I have a feeling that somehow
In the
they
20s,
didn't, there must be a way.
wouldn't it have been in a small village? Wouldn't it have been like a 40-gallon drum or something with a hand pump on top of it or something?
I think so.
I've got
Yeah.
images I'm about to post or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at these old gas pumps. My problem is I didn't even get an opportunity to research, but I'm going to guess that somewhere, somehow, there must be a key or something to turn on the pump, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's not some like super crappy, like super dangerous thing. At this point in the 1920s, I presume they would have gotten the right kind of vehicle. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, I'm going to need you to roll both a stealth check and a
Oh.
I need you to look at a two things. You're going to have to roll stealth, and you're going to have to roll your, I believe you've got like mechanical repair.
Whichever you want. Yeah, mechanical.
No, both.
Both the repairs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with the heavy one. Wow. The stealth
That's-
failed. No,
Yeah.
mechanical. Please don't fail me. Extreme success.
Okay, great.
Then we have electrical. It's a bit less.
Yeah, no, we didn't need the electrical. It was just I was just looking at the mechanical and the stealth. So what happens is, I'm just gonna make this fast. You think that you've got to probably get a key or something from inside the store to get this guy working. I mean, the store's doors left open, and you are able to grab the key. I think it's these. Yeah. I was just looking at the exact same picture, and somewhere you must turn it on. But unfortunately, like, you turn it on and it starts making some noise. You can hear the pump kind of clank, right, as the pressure goes on, and so you run over and you start filling a gas tank. So you got to turn it, but at that point, as you're filling a gas tank from the store, which is a little, it's a little simple gas station, right? These kind of. Actually, I'm gonna open this up. Copy image. I'm gonna say it looks like this. Somewhere inside that gas station, a light turns on.
Wait, where's the picture?
It's in the 1920s resources. So the gas station probably looks something. Yeah, it's in Discord. So it probably looks something like that. And so, guys, you all. Matter of fact, let's see. Who's gonna see it? Rudolph. You're gonna notice a light go on. It's in the middle of the night, right? You can hear. You can also hear the gas pump clang. And then it doesn't take long for the old codger who runs this place to start walking out, bleary-eyed, and he's wearing those like old school, like pajamas, He's got like a sleeping cap, right? Looks like a cartoon, Warner Brothers cartoon type of guy. He's coming out barefoot. He's bleary-eyed, rubbing his eyes. He's like, "Oh yeah, well, what's going on out there? Huh? Who's there? Who's turning on the gas? Well, they you ain't got no right to be doing that. Who is that? Who is that over there? Huh? Oh, what are my glasses? What? Maggie McFadden? Well, that's your truck, I think. What is that? Is that you? And he starts walking towards all you guys. What are you gonna do?
Antonio, get in the car.
I get in the car.
And we drive away.
You ain't dying, Maggie. Hey, who is that?
I keep the
We
key.
drive away.
Okay.
Buy this later.
You guys drive.
I'm not trying to explain the like 6 nearly dead people in the back of this car.
Guys, I still have the key. What do we do?
And why we have a
fine.
dead woman's truck.
Yeah, the guy's probably got a shotgun, hasn't he, somewhere?
Oh, it's America. Everybody's got a shotgun. Eh?
It's America.
They give them out on your first birthday. Did you know that? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What?
No, of course, in rural, like in a place like that in the 1920s, yes. I mean, more than likely he's got a hunting rifle or something he would use for hunting or protection. Yeah, at least he's simple things like this. Yeah, I mean, everybody's especially in rural, some places like rural New York. I mean, everyone would have it because you go hunting. That's how you get food, plain and simple. So yeah. So they go. Yeah, you guys drive off. Yeah, you drive off, and you hear as you're driving off, you hear somebody, the old man, maybe someone starts ringing a bell at that gas station.
Oh, fuck. Did the cops
Help.
find us?
Help!
Army Rangers are taught to make tough decisions under pressure. That's why I picked up an enemy grenade and threw it away.
And I'm
And,
waiting
off you go.
to hear that.
Into the night. You guys hear that as you drive off into the night, and then you guys are just gonna drive for an hour or something. Eventually, anybody know what a hospital is?
I think
no.
the
Go ahead.
guys in the speakeasy might know a special doctor, if you know what I mean, a doctor that doesn't ask too many questions.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. So yeah, you guys drive through the pretty much empty night. I mean, this must be like 3-4 in the morning in Syracuse. There's, nobody's out and about in this kind of.
The speakeasy is
I wouldn't call
the
it
only
middle of-
place open.
And probably, or yeah, you guys drive up. You know where it is. So make sure you guys drive up, and you get to where the speakeasy is. You park your car nearby, and you guys can sort of drag your ways out and try and get there. Go ahead. How is this going to happen? Tell me.
Elizabeth, have you got cash?
I always got cash, honey.
Do you think you can make it up those stairs?
No.
Give me your cash.
You can't make it up those stairs either, son.
Booby, can you make it up those stairs?
Probably
you
not.
guys are really falling apart. Like, you guys are really freaking hurt.
Rudolph, go and wave this cash in the face of the doorman and tell her that really swanky broad he saw last night. No, it wasn't last night. Was it the night before last? I don't know. It probably was only last night, wasn't it?
The last line before.
I say, Mr. Booby, don't you remember that the Dole Man requires the phrasing of a nonsense word?
Yeah. The password I remember quite clearly was Mrs. McMuffin.
Oh, Mr. Booby, you are hilarious.
Surely you don't need a password when you've got a fistful of cash.
Well, I don't know if $20 bill counts as a fistful of cash, but
Oh.
man.
I'm not gonna give you my entire purse, Mr. Boothby.
Who came with us to the speakeasy? Did Antonio came, didn't he?
Yeah, it was the three of us who got drunk that night.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So if Antonio
Yeah.
goes up there, the doorman will remember him, presumably.
Well, Antonio went there because he's got his own special password. Because
Expect.
Antonio is, a special employee
Yeah.
with who receives
Ah,
special
I
privileges.
am a
You see.
special employee.
so he
Yeah.
can use his special privileges to ask for the special doctor.
I'm just poor, bro. That's my special power.
I mean, you guys can. All right. So then, how's this going to work out? Tell me. Explain to me how this plays out.
I think Antonio's the kind of guy the doorman would like.
Roll me okay. So roll me a Constitution check because you're talking a lot. Okay, Boothby, good. You're, you
Oh
know, you,
yes,
you,
get
the blood's dripping off your, down your arm as your forearm's torn apart from the dog. Yeah, it's pulling up. It's already pulled up all over your nice suit. You probably wrapped your suit around your hand to try and put some pressure on it, and the suit is already, puddled with blood. And you're feeling, lightheaded as you're talking and trying to figure this out in the back of the truck. The truck ride was not good to you. Okay, Antonio, how is it? How are you gonna try and, you're not too sure. Give me a listen check.
Listen check.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me find it one moment. Listen.
You don't if you hear any music or any noise. You're not sure what's going on. I mean, you guys are parked pretty much probably. I mean, you can be parked in front of the speakeasy.
I've just a small question before I continue. Since I
Yeah.
spent like all day going around like Syracuse when we first arrived, um, do I recall any? I don't know, maybe advertisement about doctors or stuff like that, or
You probably saw a bunch of. Yeah, I mean, if you were to take the time to explore Syracuse, I'm gonna say you would have passed possibly a hospital at some point. So there's probably I mean, Syracuse is big, but it's not that big. We're downtown. There's probably a hospital you pass by.
Hmm.
Um,
But we're
I mean,
looking
there's
for a private
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
doctors' clinics, but it's 4 in the morning.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I mean, do you know exactly where there are doctors? That's a little hard to say. Did you see maybe some advertisements for dentists and for all sorts of things? Yeah, probably. You might have seen an advertisement for a doctor with a number. Do you remember the address?
I
I mean, did
doubt.
you see a big thing that said "Doctor's here" and flashing lights? No. But you
Okay.
remember that there was a hospital.
Okay. Yes, but that's not what we want. Okay. So.
I mean, yes, you guys are right. Like by the speakeasy. I mean, remember the speakeasy is above what's essentially an Italian delicatessen. The Italian delicatessen's closed. The lights are off. The door is barred, and you have this external, essentially fire escape with an extra set of stairs that goes along the side of the building up to the second floor, which is how you get to the speakeasy.
Yes. So
I can imagine you guys are actually parked in the alley. You're probably parked in the alley in between the buildings with the access to the speakeasy. Let's just say that.
so I should go there and ask for like a private doctor or something. Is that what you guys want me to do? Like a doctor that doesn't go around saying, "Oh, like how did these people die?" Basically.
or why do you have a gunshot wound, and why do you have stab wounds?
What is
Okay.
the current number?
Doctors that don't ask questions.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's try. Um, I try to go to the speakeasy, then to the speakeasy store, and yeah, I don't know. I try to knock, seeing if someone is awake to hear me.
All right. You knock once. You knock twice. Nothing.
Guys, I think they're sleeping.
You
What kind of speakeasy is this?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, you can you give me a listen check?
Again?
Maybe it got raided.
That's okay. Just give me a listen check. Man, you're terrible.
Yeah.
All right. You're like yelling down, like, "Hi guys, I think that there's nothing there." And then you know, you're surprised by this. You hear the scrape of metal against metal, and then you turn around, and there's a barrel of a gun pointed out the door towards you on this
Oh,
metal landing.
hey, sorry. I like raise my hands, like we're just here, like to ask kind of for help.
Who the fuck are you? Huh?
Mm, uh, I, um, can I say like the magic word?
Yeah, you can say the magic word. You can say the magic word.
I whisper a bit the magic word so that like you can hear it, but like
Hang on. Let me
I don't
write down the
yell it,
magic
you
word.
know.
So, Antonio, what do you think the magic word would be for someone who's, friendly with the people who own this place?
Don't kill me,
What do you
please.
think it would be? You can make it up.
I got money. I don't know.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I got money to spend.
I got moolah. I got some moolah to spend. Moolah would be like this old school. I got some money. I got some
Oh, you
moolah. All
guys
right.
use a mullet too?
Yeah, that's an old school like for money. That's a
Oh,
lot.
isn't
That's a,
it?
that's a lot of moolah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's not
um,
you think cabeza.
I mean, no one says that anymore, but that's a very old school kind
Mhm.
of phrase. Um, so I'm gonna say because it's a little tense. He's like, and you see the guy like he lowers the gun, right? And he's just like, fuck, who you what? Ah, you're that fucking kid who
Yeah.
fixed the fucking car. What are you doing here, man?
Um.
The hell with the fucking poker games going on? We're closed now. What is it?
I'm sorry. We need like a doctor, but like one of those that doesn't ask question. Uh, like I can give you money for the information. We really need this, please. And like I don't know. I reach for like my pocket money and start taking out some money, the few that I can give.
All right. So, do you think this role would be a intimidate role,
No,
a
no,
fast
no.
talk,
I'm
or a
like scared.
persuade?
He's the one with like the gun.
Yeah, he is. He is. So, yeah, you're pretty frightened. So, are you trying to persuade him, perhaps?
It's a plea,
I,
Jack.
I'm trying to create pity in him. I just want him to feel pity for me. I don't know.
Okay, just roll me a persuade check.
I'm bad at this. Why am I facing this? Where is persuasion? I cannot.
At the top, it's above pilot skills.
Um. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm terrible.
Okay, it's fine. And it's not a big deal. Nothing wrong happens. He's like, fucking shit, kid. Fuck, man. What the fuck are you doing? What the hell's fuck? And he's like, he looks and he's like, and he opens the door and he's like, fucking, he's like, he yells out. You hear him yell out something. He's like, but we got a fucking visitor, guys. Fucking, yeah. Don't worry about it. It's that fucking kid.
Oh, they remember
And he
me.
opens and he opens the door, and he's like, all right, you don't look like, he's got his gun out, like, you don't fucking look hurt. And then he looks past you, and he's like, oh, whoa. Who the fuck is that?
That who? And I look. Who's he looking at?
And he's pointing with his gun towards the truck.
Oh, yeah, those are the people that are injured.
I give him a
They're
little wave.
bleeding heavily. That they are gonna die if like.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You fucking Goomba! All right, shit. It's gonna be a fucking this. I don't know. The boss isn't gonna fucking like this kid. I think you're gonna have a fucking problem. You better fucking pull that truck in fucking further back in the fucking alley and get up here.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes. Let me go tell them, and like, I go down and tell like the group. I think they're gonna help us, but like they want money, I think, and then they want you to not like stay in front of the door with the truck. You know.
I tell you. Hide my badge. Someplace they will not find the car.
Yes, they just want it just a bit back in the alley, not too far away.
They are going to search the car. Hide my gadget. Take it and hide really well.
Oh fuck.
Leave it in the street if you need it, and a later we can retrieve it later. But don't let them fucking see that I'm a cop.
I don't want to do this. I'm not good
The
at
worst
this
thing seeing
stuff.
guy's face.
I'm a mechanic. I don't know where to hide it.
Below the car, between the engines. Someplace.
In the engine, it will burn.
Okay, below something that probably has a...
Oh, I have the
You know what?
place.
Just throw the trash.
I
Throw
have
the
the
trash.
place. It is going to be very dirty, though.
Dirt is not a problem right now, dude. Dirt is really not a problem right now.
Master, do you think that
What's
like
taking you guys so fucking long? People already. Fucking shit.
Get in the car. We think that being the way.
Hey, Rudy, you think you could carry me up there, honey?
wait, what?
I asked Rudy
No,
to carry me.
I didn't hear.
I asked Rudy to carry me.
Wait.
I mean, remember that both Elizabeth and Bruce and Doofy are barely standing up.
Antonio, can you carry me?
I guess. Yes.
John, what are you doing throughout all this? I'm sorry. What is Marsh doing throughout all this? What's Rudolph doing?
Just baffled. He's never had any dealing with this kind of person before.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Doc has finally caught up with him.
Yeah. Just so you know, the guy who's on top of the stairs is like some big, massive bruiser, right? He's big like you, square jawed, 5 o'clock shadow. He's got one of those, caps on. He's got a shirt, suspenders rolled up, big, massive mutton hands, and and he's yelling, and he's pretty angry looking guy. He's like, you guys got fucking 30 seconds, get the fuck up here, or I'm closing this door, and I don't give a shit what the fuck happens to you.
Yeah, we should listen to him.
I start moving a little bit faster.
I'm gonna start counting. 30, 29, 28. All right, so is somebody moving the car, or are you just leaving it there, and it's going to take you about 30 seconds? Whoever's going up there, it's going to take you about 30 seconds to fucking slowly get yourself up, upstairs, right? Did someone move the car, or you guys going to leave it there?
Move the car close to the door. It's gonna be easier to move. 3 almost dead people.
That's fucking far away from the fucking street. I don't want no cops seeing that shit. Where was I? 20. I got to start again. 30.
Take the
29.
car. Take the car to the door. Take the car to the door.
28.
Okay, let's take the car to the door.
28.
Really put the car in the alley.
22. 22. 21. 20.
29, 27, 34, 43.
40, 40, 41.
He's like, oh, what? Oh, hey, oh, damn it, no, I lost my count here. Oh, hey, I remember you. You're that pretty lady from the south. Oh, all right, yeah. Oh, you, come on. Come inside. Oh, you're bringing that fucking fatty. Okay. Oh, look, all right, I'm gonna come help you. Gee, fuck, I lost my count anyway. Sorry. And he comes and he puts his big palooka hands around your waist and tries to help you up the stairs.
Why, thank you,
Okay. Kai, is there any way that can kind of... Is there any public trash on site?
Yeah, I mean, the fucking alleyway's full of fucking garbage bags. And,
Okay, I'm gonna place I'm gonna throw my badge behind one of this the Sphinx.
Yeah, whatever.
If I can place it instead of throwing without being noticed, would it be better?
You could if you were successful on your stealth check.
Stealth?
Yeah. Your stealth is going to be a disadvantage because you technically should be dead.
Okay. Hey, you know what?
Can't
This
get
is
any worse
bad.
than that.
It's like, hey,
More than that.
and while the bigger guy is taking care of Elizabeth, already there's another tall, skinny guy who's come out. He's taller. He's not quite as tall, I should say. Actually, he's thinner.
His defense.
Right? Got a little pencil mustache. He's dressed a little bit nicer, and he's got a Thompson machine gun in his hand. He's like, fucking, what is this fucking mess? The poker game's fucking stall going on here. And, hey, you, the fuck you doing over there in the garbage? He takes his gun out.
Wow,
He has his gun out, but he puts his gun to his shoulder. He's like, what are you guys fucking around? I'm sorry?
You're a handsome drink of water.
Oh, and he smiles at you. He's got like a gold, he's got like 2 gold teeth. And he's like, oh, well, yeah, they say I'm a ladies' man. These are your friends?
Can you help this lady inside, please?
Yeah, sure. But you guys are fucking...
Don't mind the man picking the garbage. He's a bum. We found him on the streets. He's a nice guy, though.
Right, all right. Sure. He's like, I got this. And the big bruiser guy just puts his hands up. Well, I'm going to buy you a drink. Not before I do. Come on, little miss, what's your name?
My
name
is Walter Steen. Beth
Sure.
Walter Steen.
Why don't you reach into my pocket? Walter Steen. What was the first name?
Beth Walter Steen.
Well, Beth, why don't you reach into my pocket there? I got a nice cigarette case for us.
I say, why, certainly. And I start coughing, and I cough up blood into my hand, and then I go to reach for, like, his pocket. Like, obviously, like, there's blood, like, coming from my mouth. Like, oh.
Yeah, he's like, oh, hey, all right. Oh, okay, all right. Let's take care of you first.
Why don't you
fucking
light
Christ,
that up?
holy shit.
Why don't you light that up for me?
Yeah, sure. Come on. And he's gonna go inside and put his gun down a little bit further down the hallway and grab a cigarette while you're semi-fallen. All right. So, okay. Let's say you guys all get upstairs.
Yeah,
Can I just say somebody moves the car a little
I
further
can move it.
when you guys? Yeah. By the time you're the last person to come in, and so the big bruiser guy, he looms over you. Right? He's like a foot taller than you are, right? And he still has like the revolver in his hand, and he's like talking, with the gun. He's like, "The fuck is wrong with you? Why are you bringing these fucking people here like this? I mean, the lady looks nice, but what the fuck have you been doing? With trailing blood everywhere. Fucking, whose car is this? That ain't your car. The fuck? The fuck is wrong with you in your head?" And he fucking smashes you with the. I mean, not to like knock you out, but he like slaps you on the side of the head with the handle of the gun. The fuck you gotta think? The fuck? I don't even fucking know you're not even from here. You're just a fucking schmuck who came here to pick the boss's car. Jesus fucking Christ! What do you think? You're a fucking made man or something? Get the fuck inside.
Oh wait. So okay.
Angry at
Okay.
and he pushes you in. It's like
Oh.
fucking shit.
Okay, Cummins, what's your fake name again?
And so you guys, after the guy gives you a cigarette, you guys are all sort of pushed, like kind of. It's like, you go down the hallway and you're kind of hurried in, and you can see that the band stopped. There's no band here. I mean, I think this is, I don't know what day of the week it is, but maybe it wasn't that popular of a day of the week. You guys came on a slow night, and there's a whole bunch of people sitting around a big brown table. There seems to be a poker game going on, and a couple of guys are sitting at the bar, and there's some mean-looking dudes sitting around, smoking cigars and cigarettes, talking to each other. There's and they all give you some hard stares while you come in. And the guy with the pencil-thin mustache who gives you a cigarette says, "Sit over here. Well, we're gonna see what we can do about cleaning you all up. But you're lucky. Your little friend here, he got you in, but this ain't gonna be free. You understand that?" Yeah? All right. I'm going to go talk to the boss there and see what we can do. Keep an eye on these guys. They don't go anywhere. Except you, darling. Maybe you come with me some point. Winks at you. Okay. He walks off. What are you guys going to do?
Pray for my life.
Pray for my wallet.
Actually, it's Cummings' wallet that is in game, so.
Hey, Kai, can you bring me in the whisper room with you a second?
Oh, yes, sure, Anthony.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, so I just want to, make sure I don't, metagame so I understand how much money she possibly have walked out of the house with, all right? So how much money did it cost for me would I have estimated it would have cost for the room at the Astoria and the clothing?
Oh, that would have been, man, that's a fucking whole lot of money.
And the phone bill,
Yeah.
$300-$400?
Yeah.
Okay, so she probably would have walked out of the house with $1,000. And so she's probably got about $600 on her.
Okay.
Now, I said I was going to pay the cab driver, but I don't think that transaction ever happened, right?
Didn't you pay? I think you paid something to. Like, were you going to pay half?
I think I gave him maybe $60.
Yeah.
So I
was
probably
nice.
got about $540.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. This is something. I mean, I think you brought in on the show. Of course, this is all counterfeit cashola.
Well, remember when I was on my way to the Waldorf, I was laundering it. Like I would buy like something here, get some change for that.
Oh,
You know.
right. Yeah, yeah. So this is okay. You're right. You're right. I forgot. So you've actually got some non-laundered cash
Yeah,
on you.
yeah. I've got some
I
clean
mean,
money.
I'm not laundered. Clean money. I meant
Yeah,
non-counterfeit. I meant not non-laundered. Sorry,
yeah,
non-counterfeit. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Because that's otherwise there may be a probability that these sharks notice something unusual. But okay,
Yeah, yeah,
that's cool.
okay, cool. All right.
But I have
Uh,
16 stuff, so that's why I use stuff. But as I say,
So
you're all
the
there.
big guy, gentlemen. Hi. Yeah. So the big bruiser sort of walks over to the bar, right? He calls over the bartender who's still there. Who's an older African American man, and he's like, "Hey, Doc, and give me a double whiskey." He puts his gun in his holster and he turns around. He's looking at all of you guys with a hard stare. You see that the other guy was not quite as tall and thinner with the pencil mustache. He walks over to the table. You see him. He bends over to a guy who's got his back to you on the table. He's seems to be kind of portly, maybe not quite as fat as Boothby, but not quite that fit. But in a big dark suit,
Andy,
slick back black hair. He turns around. You see him smoking a cigar. He looks at you guys. You see him exchange some kind of conversation. It's too far away. You can't hear. There's still a lot of talking. Somewhere, someone's playing a Victorola, some music.
They were
And,
bored.
and,
So start playing.
and is it anybody going to do anything, or are you just going to just sit there and watch, just making sure?
Watch.
Just gonna watch.
Watch.
Okay. So the tall, thin man. Again, the tallish, thin guy with the mustache, who's dressed in a suit tonight, comes over. So your name's Tony or something, right?
Yeah.
He's pointing at you, Tony.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, the boss is pretty happy with what you did with the car, and of course,
Thanks God.
and we paid you a courtesy the other night, let you in and all. I mean, you got some free drinks. He's looking at this situation, and of course, the boss is a generous man. He's doesn't know who these people are, but if you are gonna vouch for them, he blows a smoke towards you.
Yes. I vouch. I vouch. Yes.
Then these friends of yours can take the benefit of some of our, let's say, other
Company.
services. Yeah, services.
Company court. Oh,
So he bends down towards you. He's like, when he blows smoke in your face, he's like, so I don't know who these people are. What the hell you're doing with them? But I hope this doesn't bring on any heat.
No. It will not. It will not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we're gonna get a doctor here, but this stuff isn't free, Antonio. You don't look like you've got a lot of money on you, but maybe some of them do.
Yeah, some of them do.
We can connect you up. Okay. Good.
I'm not paying for anyone. All of them are paying for themselves. I have no money.
And so this guy's got one of those like old school like fedora hats, and it's like an angle, right? It's one of those things, He's on these cool cats, dressed in a pinstripe suit, and it's nice tie.
Chewing a match.
Yeah, like this type of guy, yeah, right. The cufflinks, and he's got a nice little like little tie things. And he's like, all right. He takes his hat off, and he's like, so you guys, why don't we all make a little contribution, of course, to your hospital care, right? Cough it up.
What?
Cough it up. Bamula.
Hand them all the cash that I have on me.
Wait, what?
How much is this gonna be?
They're asking for money.
I don't have money. They have money. So, dead bodies tell me how much money.
Well, it's simple. If the boss likes what he sees, then how much money you give is basically going to tell us what kind of service you're going to get.
Yeah, of course.
The more money you put in here, the better it is for you. If you get my drift. And he looks at you, winks at you. I could give you a special discount. Talking to Elizabeth.
So who is conscious and who is not?
You're all conscious, but barely. I'm just saying.
Honey, it's awfully nice that you still found me attractive in my current state. But I think I need medical care if I'm going to survive the night.
Yeah, you don't look too good.
So let's talk dollars instead of being all vague.
And he's like, these doctors don't come cheap, right? And the doctor's not going to say nothing about what you've done here. And all of you look like there's one of you, there's two of you, there's three of you, there's four of you, there's five of you. The doctor's going to have to work on most of you, it seems. You three look good. You two look really bad. That's going to cost you a little bit more. I mean, this is a good thing. So he's like, and he's looking at the little. How much money would you have put in there? I think because the person with the most money is at least whoever put something in a hat at the moment is going to be Rudolph. Rudolph, how much money did you dump in there? How much money would you be carrying? You think?
I don't know.
What's your credit rating?
Pulling it up. It's not come up as of yet. My credit rating is 30.
Wait a minute.
That's not very rich at all.
Wait a minute. I think you're going to have to move some points there because...
I said that my backstory was not that I was rich, it was that I was formerly rich, but my father frittered away our wealth.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I forgot. You're right.
We just hand waved the car as like the last thing that I happened to owe.
Okay. You're correct. My apologies. Okay. My apologies. Yeah, and he's like, so let's just be honest. He goes like, you don't put so much. It's like, this isn't looking too good. You got anything? Because I don't think this is going to, this might help maybe somebody clean up the blood off your shirt. Look, how about this? The boss would like you to make a nice contribution to the bar, right, for this. So, I think the bar needs what do you think? We need a little bit of new lights on the stage over there, right? And I think some of the metal on the tap over there is getting dirty, and we need to get some more hooch from Canada.
How about a house in the country?
No, wait. Boopy, you are not giving my house away.
A house in the country?
Now, I've got $300. That should be more than enough to fix up that bar?
500. You guys got 500?
In
Huh?
total?
Yeah. Because you got about 340 right now. Actually, probably 130. That ain't looking too good. Stuff is expensive. You know how much it costs to get foods down from Canada? You gotta pay people along the lines. So now we're bargaining. What skill? Who's gonna use what skill now? What skill are we gonna use during this negotiation?
Give us.
I would like to fast talk this guy,
Yeah,
or
go ahead.
or I
Yeah.
could use handgun.
Well,
That's how
you
I
could try
negotiate.
using handgun.
All right,
Which one are you gonna use, Elizabeth?
fast talk. Is anybody better than me at fast talk?
I would say I'm 5.5 out of 10 at fast talk.
Okay.
I don't want to flex, but I'm 5.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say that we are due a little money, but we need the medical care so we can get to the meeting. We'll make it $600 if they accept the 300 now, and then 300 within a couple weeks.
Oh no.
Go.
Yeah, looks at you, goes. He looks over Antonio. Antonio, Tony puts his hand on your shoulders. It's like, you know, this. I don't know how you ended up walking around with this beautiful woman, but she's pretty clever too. So, Antonio, yeah. So you're gonna vouch for this, right? We're gonna get the rest of the money, right? We're gonna make sure we put
get the rest of the money, right?
we put a call down to your boss at the shop. Make sure he knows about all this. Is that all right?
Is that all
Tony?
right, Elizabeth?
Of course. I'm not.
Okay, Elizabeth.
And
Of course, it's an of course.
and the guy, like, he puts his hands on your shoulder, and he's like, and he squeezes a little bit hard. It's a little bit uncomfortable because we don't want to break our word here, right, Tony? We don't want to make the boss mad, right, Tony?
Yeah, I don't want. I want my head on my shoulders, you know. Yeah, I get it.
He does when he's like he pats you on the fucking face. He's like a little hard. He's like, good, Tony, good.
But yeah.
Kai, can I like ask the big guy, like, sir, can you bring me to the kitchen so I can get a glass of water?
Let's see you. Oh, I could just get a glass of water for you. Hey, Doc. The lady over here, she needs a glass of water. Yeah. The gooder stuff, the clean one. Yeah, give her a clean glass. She looks like she needs it. Don't worry about it. I'll even put ice in it. Yeah, make sure it's cold. I got it.
Can you bring me a glass of whiskey?
No, it's gonna cost extra.
It's like it. Well, you want some? You got anything else left in your pocket, here, Chief?
Well, we do have
Cough
an
it
extra
up.
30. We have an extra $30.
We'll put it in there, and we'll call it even. You get a couple of drinks. Hey, wow, very good. Well, we'll start making some phone calls. Why don't you guys make yourself comfortable, but not too comfortable? And don't bother the boss. He wants to start his game. I think he's a little bit annoyed that you guys interrupted his game. He doesn't like when you people break the mood. I didn't tell right there, Tony. He slaps you in the side of the head.
Did we get
The boss doesn't like that happen.
Kai, did we get this guy's name?
What, the guy who's talking?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Hey, handsome, what's your name?
Boothby.
Well, if he's probably from the mafia,
She rolls her eyes so hard that they flip around in her head. Like a slot machine.
You know, I don't think I did before. Name generator. Hold on. We'll do the. The name's Freddy. Yeah. Freddy Two-Toed.
Freddy, is that doctor arriving anytime soon?
Oh, we're gonna expect a call out. He won't take long. Don't worry about it. You just sit tight there, and he gives you a cigarette. And he lights it for you with a take a really fancy, cigarette case over nicely carved, nice fancy,
I just imagine every time I inhale and exhale, like cigarette smoke is coming from my wounds and shit, you know? Like fucking Beetlejuice.
And he's like, "Hey, Doc, a round of whiskey for these people. That'll ease the pain." All right. Well, you all stay good there. Doc will be coming soon. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go make the call now. Don't you worry, I promise. Antonio, and he slapped you in the side of the head again. Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Good.
Me wants to cry.
Okay.
I swear to God, guys.
And so
we're not paying these people.
Everyone is, and both he walks away. You see him walk towards you see the bartender puts a telephone in the bar and starts pouring the guy a drink, and everybody else starts talking again now, and they all start talking by the table, so you guys are momentarily no one's paying attention to you. You can speak freely.
I asked Rudy to see if he can find his way into like a kitchen, and if he can describe what type of setup the kitchen has. If you could sneak away, darling. John, you there?
Yes, I'm sorry. What did you say?
I asked if you could try to see if they have a kitchen and what's the setup in the kitchen.
I can do that.
Okay.
So I poke around a little bit, look for this kitchen, if there is one.
So you're just gonna get up and walk around and just get yourself back into the bar. So as you get up and you start walking, the big bruiser guy, he's at the bar near you, at the end of the bar. He's back kind of towards you a little bit. He's clearly not paying attention to you, but as soon as you get up and you start getting near him, it's just like walking towards. He gets up and puts his arm right up against your chest. It's like, where you going?
I was just wondering if you guys had a kitchen.
I roll over on my back as the guy notices him, and I say, "Oh my goodness! Look at my back. It's hurting."
Someone, okay, that's gonna be a fast talk from you, and that's gonna be some kind of fucking fast talk at disadvantage from you, John. You told him you wanted to go to the kitchen. He's like, "The fuck you go to the kitchen for?"
Yep.
Yeah, you blurted out kitchen. He's like, "The fuck you want to go to the kitchen for? Why don't you sit back down? If you need something, maybe we'll get it for you. The drinks are coming. Don't worry." Oh, honey, what's wrong with your friend? You stay here and don't go nowhere.
I shout out, "But I'm hungry."
and he turns around and goes, hey southern girl, what's the matter with you? You said your name was Beth to him, right?
Beth,
what did you say your name was?
Beth.
Yeah, okay, Beth. He's like, oh, Betty, what's the matter? Oh, geez, man, you look terrible. Do you have a table here? He's like, you, and he points to you, Rudolph. Give me my drink there. Come on,
I
make it.
can't drink.
Yeah. And he comes over to Elizabeth. Here, drink this. It'll make you feel better. Now he's got his back turned to you, and he's taking care of Elizabeth. While Elizabeth is.
I go and I weakly reach for the drink, and I just make it like I can't even grab it. Like, oh, you're gonna have to feed it to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, beautiful lady. It's all right. So he's momentarily distracted.
Oh, geez. Not good at being sneaky. I was not the person to ask to do this.
Well,
You're the only one who's really nobody's paying attention to. And you can move,
no one,
you know?
who no one was paying attention to.
Me, Boothby, and Bruce are pretty much incapacitated, and this guy loves picking on Antonio. So.
Give me a kiss.
But now if I disappear, he'll notice.
What are you gonna do?
I only got 2 hit points left, man. I'm staying safe.
That's fine. You can. So he feeds you the whiskey. It goes down burning. Elizabeth, the cigarette and the whiskey will make you feel better.
Right.
I assure you.
So I ask him. I ask him to give me a kiss on the cheek.
And he's like, sure. Well, hey, you like playing, don't you?
And then I'm gonna ask him, how did y'all have one of them new fancy gas stoves that you can just cook your meals with instant flame?
I think so. This place is pretty nice, you know. The boss fixed it up real good. Top of the line, everything. Yeah.
And the boss stays here with the whole crew?
You're staying here tonight, play some poker. Yeah. Stuff. What are you hungry? Well, I can get you some food. Don't listen to Pluto, man. He's gonna be a jerk. But if you're hungry, I can give you. I don't know about them, but I'll give you some food. We got a I don't know if the cook is still back there or not. But I can get Doc there to maybe heat something up for you. We probably got some kind of stuff back there, some kind of pie or a little snack type thing. Or these what do you call them? Hors d'oeuvres or I don't know. It's fucking snack things you get.
That is rad, huh?
Maybe I could probably get you back there, or I can put. There's probably still some spaghetti and meatballs.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh, if you would be so kind, then it's just to feed all my friends out here. You know, I understand that you want to just give me everything, but I don't need to eat that much. Look at me, I'm the size of a bird.
Look, how about this? I'll go get some spaghetti and meatballs for you, right? And see what else they got back there. And I'll make it big, like Mama makes.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't eat all of it, maybe your stupid, your dummy friends can eat some. I mean, and he looks at Boothby. I think you're that fucking fat guy there. Could probably eat fucking 3 of them. But anyway, so don't worry, honey.
The way to her heart is through my stomach.
And he looks at you he's like stares at you. He's like, the way to what? The fuck? I never understand what the fuck you're saying. the fuck language is that? Fuck. And shut up. And he's like, I'll be back. But don't go nowhere. Yeah? Two-Tone doesn't want you moving nowhere. And we don't want no trouble. Right? All right?
Hey,
We'll get you fixed up. I trust you.
Do you need an assistant? Because my big friend over there, he's a world-class chef.
Who? That guy?
Rudolph, yes.
Yes.
Oh. Maybe that's where he would want to look at the kitchen. Fast talk him.
I have to?
Me?
No, not Rudolph. No, just give him another fast talk. If that's what you're gonna try and. He's like,
Could it be
I don't know. I don't think.
advantage? Because he's kind of into me. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's fun. He's like, okay. He's like, I don't think the boss is gonna like if I bring one of you guys back there. You know, it's fucking sincere. I don't know if I should do that. It'll cause trouble. What are you gonna say to that? If it's good, maybe we'll get a bonus. What do you think?
Yeah, but it would really, really, really be good for both of us if you would just let him see it. And I wink at him.
And he's like, all right, try and get a bonus.
God damn it!
He's like,
I wink with like my eyes filled with blood. You know, it's like one of those eyes that's got the blood vessel popped in it. You know.
Yeah, he's like, don't do that. I think you're gonna hurt yourself more.
Oh.
Yeah, when you're fixed up, we'll talk more about this. And he's like, he like kisses your hand. He's like, hey, so this is the movies. All right. Well, look, I'm sorry. I can't let the guy go there back there. But I'm gonna go get you the food anyways. All right.
Okay.
And he gets up. And he's like, and he comes over and he stares at you. He's like, sit back, fucking down.
Gladly. And I do.
So if you guys don't do anything too crazy, eventually there's a doctor comes. He, the big guy will be out by the door and looking. He'll be down the hallway, and there'll be some other people mulling around, other guys with guns and stuff, and looking at you guys. Nobody else talks to you except these two. You see the boss gets whoever he is. He gets excited a bunch of times. Starts talking in Italian. Luck check, Antonio, to see if you know that dialect.
Oh, come
Huh?
on.
Huh?
Come on.
Right? Because there's lots of different dialects in Italy, right? So maybe you don't put that well.
Depends how heavy it is spoken, because it's not like Spain. We can understand what someone is saying,
Okay.
but depends how strong it is the dialect. Let me do
Maybe.
this.
So what would it be instead of that?
Come on.
It's what part of Italy do you come
I'm
from? Where, the Antonio? Okay, so what would be a reasonable accent that would be hard for you to? That would be hard for someone to.
Probably either from the north or Sardinia or center, Roman Rome accent. Not accent, it's Rome dialect.
Okay. So how about it's maybe Sardinian? Maybe you even recognize it.
That's fine. Because Sardinia is its particular dialect. It's fine.
Yeah, so you kind of you just can't quite get what the guy's saying. Then they're always laughing, right? So let's just say that, just for the sake of atmosphere.
Okay.
And you can see that the guys around the table, they're pointing at you guys, laughing. The guy turns around like halfway in his chair. He's gesticulating with a cigar back towards you, and he's smoking and this happens. And eventually a very harried, bleary-eyed man in a suit, small man, glasses, kind of a thinning gray hair, mustache. He comes in and he's makes us, he's kind of, complaining about how things told him in the middle of the night, what the heck's going on, and you guys are very close to the entry because the entry's got a hallway and then it comes into the speakeasy, and he sees all of you and was like, oh, puts his hands up in the air, puts his black doctor's bag in, and goes, who's first? And and so what's going to happen is you guys are all going to get medical rolls, right? And basically, let's just say the medicine check's going to be successful. And I think some of you already recovered. I think you already recovered your medicine check last time, I believe, right? Didn't you guys roll for the medicine check recovery?
It was first aid because nobody was good enough for medicine.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, so let's check the rules again real quick. Is that what it was? I could have sworn... it doesn't. Let me see.
I think everybody's first aid was like. I think everybody's medicine is 5, because nobody has medicine, so that nobody fucking rolled under a 5.
I've got 1.
Yeah. Oh, 1. All right. Yeah. So there's no way for anybody to pass that.
Yeah, no one had medicine. Here's where medicine. I don't remember exactly how we ended last week.
We did it with first aid. We patched each other up with first aid, but you said it was imminent that we had to get medical care or we would die.
Yes. Okay. So then let's look at the rules, and I haven't transferred them all over. I need the quick rules for hit point wounds, and all of you guys have major wounds, essentially.
No, I do not.
Yes, I should say the 3 who are super or very, very, very injured, they definitely have.
Okay.
Yeah. God damn it. Major wounds. Well, let's just say I'm going to look it up, but for just the sake of narrative, he patches you up and you will recover whatever it is recoverable via first aid. Okay, so everyone receives first aid. Okay, so the doctor works on you guys for at least an hour, all you stitching you up, throwing alcohol and hydrogen peroxide on your wounds. You scream, you yell. The guy, two-tone tells you to be quiet. Hey, you're bothering the boss. Shush. In general, time passes an hour and a half. And those of you who were really injured, Boothby, Bruce, and Elizabeth, I'm going to say you end up just passing out for a while. The guy, I think, probably injects you with some morphine, and essentially you guys pass out while Antonio and John get to watch over you. You guys are patched up. John, you receive some first aid, medical care. And again, I'll have to find the rule real quick, but let's just say that you all get what you need. Yeah. And so
we basically got our wounds are cleaned and stitched up and bandaged up, right?
Yes. And so none of you have to deal with, so technically now you no longer have to deal with this idea that, which is the rules. It's like, if in an hour you don't get proper medical care, i.e. a medicine check, that you guys have to keep on rolling death saves and all this crap. Mm-hmm. So in that case, that part's, right, recovered. And so I'm going to look up the rules real quick. They're on the other game, and I have to open it up.
So, obviously, we have to take, we can't do anything strenuous, or we'll rip our stitches open and our wounds will,
So technically, you guys probably can't go anywhere, and these guys won't let you go anywhere, to be honest with you.
Well, we've got to leave to go get that money, so...
Well, they won't let you go anywhere tonight, is what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what I mean is, you are going to be in the speakeasy till fucking morning or something. Yeah, and they'll probably like move you to some fucking private booth. There might be a private room in the back, and they'll just shove you guys in there. It's probably with a doctor. And ended up doing, work on you. The boss probably said doesn't want to see anybody, doesn't want to hear you guys making noise. So eventually, you guys all nod off. You're fucking exhausted, one way or another. No matter what, whether you got the morphine or not, you guys fall asleep. I mean, this has been a fucking horrendous, stressful, insane night. And at some point the next morning, you're probably going to be woken up by some guy. Maybe let's say Two-Tone is definitely there. Freddy Two-Tone. You guys probably sleep until the afternoon. You guys, to be honest, you guys are probably going to sleep late to the afternoon. You probably don't wake up till like 3, 4 in the afternoon, the whole fucking bunch of you. From exhaustion and pain and everything. And if you do wake up early, the door where they put you in is locked. Yeah, you can't get out anyway. There's no way to get out. So then, Two-Tone will open up the door, and he'll be like, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the courtesy of Hotel Le Chic. But I think it's time for all of you guys to all go. Unless, Beth, you want to stick around.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your hospitality. Have a lovely day.
Oh, we will
come out the
meet
door.
again, sugar.
Oh, I hope he winks at you. He's like, and he kind of gets close to you, and he's like, whispers in your ear. Well, I hope so. He's got some kind of cologne on. You can smell it past the cigar smoke. He pats you on the ass.
Oh, the things I want to do with you would definitely reopen my wounds.
Oh, well, you know where to find me. Just don't bring none of your friends. I don't know if they're welcome here. Especially
I feel nauseous.
And so he escorts you guys out with Tommy gun in hand. And he's like, see you soon. Have a nice trip home. Oh, by the way, that car, we, let's see, would they have gotten rid of the car?
Yes, please.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's fine if they got rid of the car.
You should have offered them the car as part of the deal.
Was that like $40?
Just something.
No, it could have helped.
And he's like, yeah. And you basically say, yeah, I think the car is staying with us. It's where the hell you got it, but it might be useful since you didn't have quite enough to pay us last night.
Fine with us.
I think it's collateral until you pay off the rest of the $300 if you want it.
No, that's
but
fine.
something tells me it doesn't belong to none of you. But you know what? I don't know. I don't want to know where you got it from. I really don't care. As long as it's not hot and doesn't cause any trouble. Right, and Tony? Right, Tony? And he kind of punches you in the shoulder. Wow, kid. Who would have thought you'd have this much adventure just because you came up to fix the boss's car? You're lucky the boss still won last night. I cleaned everybody else out. He's in a good mood.
What?
So, arrivederci.
Sorry. Ciao, arrivederci. Arrivederci is very, very formal, but yeah, it's okay.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Well, these guys are like, he's a younger guy. He's like Italian American. It's like Italian American. He's been here for a while.
I think we need to steal something a bit more comfortable than a pickup.
We're taking a train back home.
Oh, thank goodness.
And so, you guys come up to the light of an afternoon, bleary-eyed, right? Fucking soup and not speak easy. There's no windows. There's nothing. There's just electric lights. The smell of,
We're
cigar
still
and spilled
covered in
beer.
blood, though, right?
we've got all our baggage too with us.
Oh, did you? Oh, you brought it out of the car? Is that it?
Wasn't
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't we? Right?
That's fine. I'll say you brought it out of
it wasn't destroyed by the wind monster?
No, it wasn't. No.
Okay, cool.
The creature that you defeated, the genie, the jinn, essentially, right? As far as you are concerned, destroyed the Rudolph's car. It acid slimed the inside of the taxi. You never touched this car. You stole it from the house next door, like a farmhouse down the road, right?
No, but wasn't our luggage on the taxi?
Well, the thing was that the luggage got, partially slimed, right, with some acid, so there's some damage, but it didn't get utterly destroyed, right?
So we've managed to get changed, basically.
Sure, we can say you got changed. You freshened up. I will say that the only thing that did get destroyed is Bruce's police files.
With what?
Bruce's police files. They got destroyed.
Nothing
Oh
of
shit!
great, nothing of major importance lost.
Yeah, that's any of you guys. But yeah. So I'm going to say that I'm just fast forward. It's totally cool. So what happens is I don't know why my music. I'm so trouble.
Well, actually, we can fast forward now.
Yeah, I'm going to fast forward. You guys, without any other incident, get to the train, pay for train tickets, and you guys are going to eventually have a long, boring, slightly painful ride back to New York City.
Yeah, that's the thing, guys. I cannot go back with all my files and my badge. Especially because the badge is my number, so I need to retrieve it.
You need another career.
Yeah, but anyway, I want to leave in the back to the car.
We probably would have. We shouldn't fast forward through that, right? I mean, after we leave, we give him a chance to see if he finds his badge.
Yeah, you can try and find your badge now, wherever you kind of stumbled, put it in the dark. Hopefully the garbage men didn't take it away or whatever.
Excellent.
So roll me your spot hidden check, because you did it all in the dark.
Hey, Kai, you see the resources?
I found it.
Okay, you found it. It's covered in, oh yeah, cool. Oh, thanks, that's awesome. No, it's covered in garbage line.
It's
but
okay,
you
now
get
I
it.
can fast forward. No, feel.
Sure. Yeah, all right, so I'm just going to, oh yeah, cool, yeah. I probably have something with prices somewhere in one of my mini PDFs. I probably should have looked it up, but whatever the price is. Yeah, so you are eventually going to get back to New York, train ride. It takes several hours. You end up back at Grand Central Station. And it may be that probably for part of the ride, you might not even talk to each other, considering everything that's just happened and everything you've just seen, and the fact that, of course, I don't know if Elizabeth Cumming even showed you whatever this Egyptian artifact was yet. Rudolph and Antonio, and Antonio, this definitely didn't go the way you wanted it to.
So how long is the trade ride from Syracuse to New York City?
It's got to be hours. I'm going to say it's probably like 6 hours.
6, okay.
Yeah, at least 6 hours. It's a long trip. It's a long trip.
What time of day would we be arriving?
Oh, you arrive at night because you guys didn't wake up till past noon. Like I'd say at least 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So by the time you guys get there, get off and stuff. It's probably 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
At least in Grand Central Station. You get there exhausted. You're still in pain because you still don't feel very good, right? But you get there and you all stare at each other and. I don't know what you guys want to do. All right, what we can fast forward over a week or two. Eventually, the reading of the will is going to happen. But if you want to do something in particular,
I want to talk to my boss about the lost files.
well, I mean, I just mean the moment that you guys get to the actual train station. If not, you guys will bid each other goodbye and stay in contact how you wish. I just mean it's 10 o'clock at night. You guys have wearily just stepped off the train. The train platform is still full of steam from the train as you get off. There's still lots of people. This is the last train coming back out of Syracuse. There's still a lot of people coming off. The train station is it's not rush hour, but still a fair amount of people. There's probably a police officer patrolling the train platform. Maybe 30 feet away from you, standing around. Some porters, and that's it. You get off the train to safety in New York City.
We need to arrange to meet up for the reading of the will, do we not?
Yeah, indeed. I believe the reading of the will is probably in 2 or 3 days.
Someone gonna explain to Rudolph what this will reading is about?
Rudy, why don't you escort me back to my apartment so I can show you the sarcophagus?
That would be lovely. Elizabeth? I would love to see some of the Egyptian art I was promised before I nearly died.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Oh.
I thought the sarcophagus was in the luggage, did we not? Is it not in the...
We got the luggage.
It's in there, isn't
everything
it?
that's happened, I can't exactly blame you. I doubt that's exactly what you were thinking was going to happen, but... Alright, it is fine. Yes, can I take like 2 minutes to go to the bathroom? I'll be right back.
Yeah. I gotta get a drink, so let's just take a quick 5. Yeah, and then we'll just fast forward to a couple of weeks.
Lovely.
If we want, as we transition to the next story. But you guys can think about if there's anything special you want to do in between as time passes, and then.
Big question. I got injured during the fight. I didn't get a major wound. In those weeks, do I regain all my hit points?
Yes, I was going to say, so a character without a major wound naturally heals 1 hit point per day.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, and I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this in just the chat. It's just like the game is getting a little bit messed up here, so, but I'll put that information in the chat in a second, but I'm just going to get myself a soda real quick, and I will be right back. Cool?
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh man, let me in on what I was planning to do to those mafia guys before Kai comes back.
Elizabeth will pay back, right?
Oh yeah, but
Those
I was planning on turning on the gas, banging the one dude, and then just lighting a cigarette and leaving it lit in the kitchen and walking out.
Oh, sure. That would fucking out a lot.
But that's not gonna happen now. Yeah, she's gonna. We're gonna pay
The
that
thing
guy
is
back.
that
All of us are gonna pay it back.
what he told us, this seems like the mafia. So even if you kill them, there will be other people chasing for you.
Oh yeah,
always.
but if the boss was there like he was tonight, then
No. The mafia is an organization, so if
Yeah,
the boss
I understand, but that
other
little
boss.
that little section, his little gang is done.
Oh,
'Cause it's not like
yeah.
it's not at the level it is today where it's an organization. At this time, it was mostly just gangs.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony? Okay. So why?
Okay.
You dying, Bruce?
What?
You dying?
No. I just didn't heal quite well this time. This week.
Right. My goodness.
Mhm. Is unless there's anything in between the getting back to New York on the late night train out of Syracuse and the reading of the will, right? We'll just fast forward a couple of days. Just narrate that. Unless there was something very specific either of you and anyone cares about doing between that point in time.
Uh, could I make a small scene for character development?
Sure.
Okay. I live in Boston, right? I think that's
You don't live in Boston. You live in New York City.
yeah, but the neighborhood isn't that how it
The
works?
Bronx.
The Bronx. Okay, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Bruce got his home right the night. He lives in a quite small apartment. It's kind of messy, full of papers. He gets home really tired, really sad, disappointed with himself, not knowing what he's gonna do next day when he's going to have to explain his boss that he lost his files. His badge is so dirty, and he has a major wound that he cannot explain because I'm not gonna believe in him. His bed is living room. His good his bedroom. There's a small table that he makes late night notes, some documents. There is a real low place that he keeps an old photo. He sits by his bed, he takes his pensories out. He said his photos is a childhood photo of his parents. He look at that and he tries to think when they all starting going wrong, how everything went sideways with his family. He gives a little cry, put back the photo, and he don't sleep that night. That's the thing. That's the scene.
A sad, exhausted, frustrated,
Confused.
confused detective. I could imagine you might pull yourself out a bottle of alcohol. At this point, you're quite despondent.
I wouldn't have one in my
Nope.
house. No.
Okay. None at all? Okay. That's fine. You're not a drinker. All right. So you're not a drinker, right? Yeah. So you're tempted. You almost think about it. You almost feel like this might be the moment where you want some. But
That's true.
so you could, you almost, think about where you could get it. But
The pain in
you
my
think
back,
about. Mhm.
the pain in my back, the other depression, I just don't feel like it.
Yeah. Um, eventually you're probably gonna just fall asleep on an armchair or in the chair that you're in, just again from exhaustion,
Indeed.
right? And wake up at some point, late mid morning, and thinking about having to go to the precinct and what the hell you're going to say. Okay. Well then, I'm not going to play out the precinct part or anything with you. We can talk about the consequences of that later. But eventually, so I'm going to say, unless, I will say that Marsh, Rudolph, you do get to see this strange and extravagant sarcophagus. Sarcophagus is about yay big. It's gilded. It's an unbelievable, state in terms of it's doesn't look like the paint is chipped. I mean, I don't know this high state of mint condition, so to speak. Sticks all along the top of it, and then on the inside there are the very runes. This kind of language. John, you've got a cult, so maybe you can roll it. Roll your occult.
Okay. Are there any like hieroglyphics on it either?
No, there's hieroglyphics on the.
On the
then on the inside, there's hieroglyphics written on the outside of this little mini sarcophagus. And again, it's beautiful. It's painted. It's clearly. Okay, good, occult. So I'm going to say that you also recognize it. You see that this is supposedly the language of Mu. That this is. I'm going to recheck. And you actually
language of the moon.
No, there's lost civilization of Mu. You see this.
Okay.
You know this. You've heard of this before.
Okay.
You've seen this before.
Mu.
Yes. Mu. Yes, lost civilization of Mu.
Okay.
Right. So you are surprised. This doesn't make any sense. How did this get on this Egyptian object? Yeah. And according this is strange, and the language on the that's carved on the outside of this. Why is it what that man Stomp? Stop doing that. Damn it. You see the same name that you read in the files, Nyarlathotep. That's part of the hieroglyphics that are on the front outside of this sarcophagus.
Mm-hmm.
And so you start thinking about these connections, but it's extraordinary. And in terms
Have I
of
heard
art,
of James Churchward before, or is he a new name to me?
No, in a cult, no. In terms of, because you rolled in a cult, you've heard of him before, right?
Okay.
And you've heard
do
of
I know?
his
Is
theories
he
of
British? American?
He's British. Would be based in London.
And he's still alive.
Not someone. Yes, he's still alive. He's a famous explorer, and he thinks that Mu is this lost civilization from the Pacific.
Okay.
You know some things about this. He has some
cut out there for a sec.
And Madame
Blavatsky.
Yeah, Blavatsky, yes. Again, ancient, hidden, lost civilization stuff, but he's got some street cred because he is a street cred, but he is a more formal academic, right? So his ideas carry a little bit more.
Okay.
Hello.
What do you make its worth, its value, Rudy?
I am not qualified to tell you that.
Well, how old is it?
What would that be? Would that be history?
That could be your art history specialization. It's fine if that's whichever one's better there. Art history or archaeology, whichever one is best.
I give it like a vague, or could I push the roll? Or is this not really?
Oh, I mean, how could you push it? It's just like a knowledge roll, essentially. This one's kind of hard to push. This is not like a skill roll, it's an action.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, it's, it's. You're not quite sure, but
maybe
it's
like
remarkable
that. Some date, like I know it's like from before.
Yeah, I mean
800 BC.
Yeah, you give a date. Yeah, you give a date, but you're not sure exactly what it would be.
Yeah, I can't
precisely. You actually think you yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rudolph.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna say, yeah, that works for me.
What I do think you would consider is that you think, oh, it can't be that old, because my goodness, it's it's so well preserved. How could this not be something from the late, the late Egyptian kingdoms? You say to yourself, I think there's something later, the last.
Say something like what?
Yeah, Kai, you cut out there, man. Kai,
I don't think you can hear us.
We can't hear you, man. You cut out.
Oh.
The genius got it.
I can hear you now.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah. I can hear you now.
Okay. And I'll carry this stuff over. I'm sorry, it's in the other game. I didn't know how far we were going to get into the beginning of Dead Man's Stomp. Otherwise, I would have left us in the other game, actually, talking about this. But, yeah, so... but Elizabeth, right, I think we guys actually know some of this information, so...
So can I, appraise on its value? Like, King Tut's death mask, right?
Yeah.
It's got a historical value, which makes it priceless. But you could also put a price on it based on how much gold it's in it.
Oh, sure.
So, just based on the fact of how much gold this sarcophagus is, could I appraise it to see its general value?
The thing is, there's two things. You think not only is, you can appraise it and it'll be worth a lot of money. The state that it's in is remarkable. The uniqueness of the fact it's got this other writing inside. And already, since you already know how, you know some other information, Elizabeth, you either think that the value of this either to art collectors or to not only art collectors but occult art collectors.
Yeah.
I would mention this. What was that scholar's name again?
And
James Churchward.
Yes.
mentioned that there is a very wealthy British academic who would be very interested in this and might be willing to pay a pretty penny for it.
Well, is there any way we can get in touch with this gentleman?
Great question. I don't know enough about
well, if he's a professor, he's probably
mailing things to people in the 20s.
he's probably got an office in some college somewhere, right?
He's an England. He's Elizabeth. You actually know because you guys already talked about this. Elizabeth. Technically, you know more than in reality than Rudolph knows about this thing from your previous library research. Yeah. You actually know that Rudolph is wrong about his estimation of what this is.
Yeah, I'm just plain dumb.
No, of course. Just in case we forget. I mean, this is a day and age where mail is king, right? As we said, calling even across the country is exorbitantly expensive. Transcontinental calls, it's not happening.
Yeah,
this kind of stuff.
We'd have to send a letter and wait for a response, probably.
Yeah, that would be the best.
We could do a telegram, right? Yeah, telegram.
Yes. Yeah, you could do. I was going to say you can do a telegram, although of course that's still, you can only send short information. But that's doable too.
I have no money at the moment. I gave all my money to the mafia.
I'm poor.
Yes. Well, I mean, you guys, I think, Antonio, you probably went home. Antonio, did you go home? I'm going to guess you went home, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, because I still want to check if Elizabeth actually gives the money to the mafia. I don't want to, live in fear,
Hey, Elizabeth, do you mind if Antonio tags along?
Sorry?
So you're going to follow me to my apartment with Rudy?
I don't... If she allows, yes.
Yeah, sure, kid. You can tag along, kid. Come on. But the mafia ain't getting any money until we go to this will reading.
And there it is. God damn, that was really fucking hard to get this damn thing over here. All right. So okay, yeah. So what's going to happen is, you guys, you're going to see this fantastic, strange, sarcophagus. It's this crazy object, and you're like, what is this thing? It is utterly unique to you, Antonio. You've never seen anything like this when she pulls out this strange, ancient object.
That's fancy.
And it looks well, it kind of looks like this, but that's not the right size. It's all in the other game. God fucking damn it.
Well, Kai, I mean, we can all just log on to that game right now.
Yeah. You know what? We're not gonna get to just log into the other game because I'm just.
Okay. Do that.
The darkness, yeah. Because that's totally fine.
Yeah, we haven't even read the will.
So I'm gonna log on to this one. Yeah, I'm gonna log on myself. Deal?
Sounds good.
I just.
So what happened?
The transmogrify is not working well. I can't bring everything over quickly. It's a headache. I don't waste any more time. So, yep. So it looks like this, and then stuff like that, and then there was this. Looks like that. Right. Okay. So everyone should be seeing the outside of it, the inside of it, and the occult research. So
God, the occult research is just an image. You know that, right?
yeah. And there's but there's a little writing in there, and I think let me see. There's some other information that I would have given you guys. But so here's the thing, and here's some other info that might be related. So I don't know how much you tell her. I mean, you off, but Rudolph,
Yes.
there's some other pieces of information. There's also information about the translation of the goddamn. Where the hell is it? Yeah. So you know something. You think that you might know a professor in Columbia University who might. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, you think you might know a professor in Columbia University who may be able to possibly decipher this strange language on the inside, because you've read that he at some point that he's probably in contact with James Churchwood.
Okay.
So
would I have a way to contact this person? Like, could I send them a telegram?
You could send them a telegram or a letter, right? I mean, a letter might be more. Remember, remember, letters, of course, are more. Telegram's terse and short.
Yeah.
Right. With a letter, you can kind of plead and ask and introduce yourself.
I will write him a brief letter describing the fact that I have come in contact with a fascinating little artifact. I know a scholar of his acquaintance, and perhaps he himself might be interested in looking at.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Write a brief description of the sarcophagus, leaving out some of the juicier details, but leaving things fairly interesting.
Sure, no problem. And remember, I mean, it's at night now, so you're not going to be able to get that out. But you have to remember at this point in time, if I read it correctly, the post office is super efficient. People send letters all day long. They send it out in the morning, and they'll get a return letter in the afternoon. Right? The post office is, especially a place like New York, they're shooting letters via pneumatic tubes. There's tons of postal workers. So it really is the main form of communication. So if you send that out tomorrow, there's a good chance you're going to get an answer here, or rather quickly, depending on when this professor decides to write back. But these things don't take long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you finally see this thing, and you definitely think it's worth a lot of money, considering the amount of gold. And Elizabeth, again, you think it's worth a ton. I don't really have a price for it, but you would make a killing on something like this.
Yeah.
Especially it's the 1920s, and we all, King Tut hasn't come out because this is like 1921. I believe I said like 1922. The King Tut's tomb hasn't quite been discovered yet, but Egyptiomania is definitely blowing up.
Okay.
Because I am sure already that you've had tours of mummies going through New York City at this point in time, and things going through the museums. So this is serious stuff. And lots of wealthy New Yorkers would love to get their hands on an authentic piece of the pyramids. Okay, So, otherwise, what's going to happen if no one else is going to do anything? I mean, eventually, I presume Marsh, you want to go. Rudolph is going to want to go to bed. Um, um, and Antonio, you're going to have to maybe get home at some time. You don't know what's going on. You were listening to them. You think that thing's worth a lot of money, Antonio. And
The important is that they pay. Like, I don't
yeah,
want
but
my life
I
saved.
mean, you see that there's potential value, so you know that $300 is meaningless to Elizabeth.
Okay, that's good.
yeah, you hear them talking about like in terms of $10,000 type of a thing. Just so you know. Yeah.
They're playing with Monopoly money,
Yeah.
probably.
So serious money. In that sense, you're like, you kind of can't believe that's kind of what they're talking about, and you don't understand any of these things. You're like, what is this? Egyptian. But anyway, you feel satisfied. So I'm going to say that you're going to jump a couple days forward to the reading of the will, and reading of the will is going to occur at a very nice lawyer's office. I think the name was I forget. It was Smith and Winkelstein or something like this, or whatever it was. The son is going to be there with his wife, sour faced when he sees you guys come in. He is he gets red faced and angry and starts stomping and throwing a tantrum, saying how dare these people be here, and the lawyers have to calm him down and remind him that they said that part of the will was stipulated that the last addendum that they received handwritten from his father was that these people, along with um, Elias Jackson Elias, would be beneficiaries of the will, and he gets very vituperative with everyone. Eventually, his wife calms him down. The mother starts crying, right? The wife of Meriwether kind of weeps, and she's tries to calm him down, and she says this is unbefitting of this. The guy's he himself is a lawyer, and he demands to see the paperwork, right? Um, Lawyer, accountant. He thinks himself intelligent, and a lot of argument happens while you guys are all there. Now, I think who goes to this reading of the will? By the way,
I go.
Oh yeah, I definitely go.
And
No one has explained what the will reading is to me, so I don't know if I go.
I just wanna be there.
I've brought the trunk and the papers and the tin of dust
and
as
all
well.
the evidence. All the evidence. Okay, all right. That's fine, right? You come in with this trunk, and that's part of the reason. Like, what is this? What's this ridiculous? What are these people doing here? Now, so after like 15, 20 minutes of a scene, right? Embarrassing the mother and the wife. This petulant man settles down as the lawyers start reading things. So, by the way, does anyone explain to Rudolph what's going on? The reading of the
That
will,
would
who
be
Meriwether
lovely.
was?
I'll
If it's
bring
out
him.
of
I'll
character,
bring
I'd
him
love
as
to
a.
know.
I'll bring him as a +1 and say we got to go to a reading of a will. This is all about the incident in the country house.
Really?
All right, I'm there.
So, um, the the lawyers mentioned that they've received some phone calls from Syracuse that there has been a incident in the farmhouse. That's one thing that they mentioned, and this is disconcerting. And that sets the boy, the son off again, yelling and screaming. But in the end, they say that is regardless. They say, and they hand like a piece of paper to all of you, and they go,
Is this like
Rupert,
her?
Rupert has demanded these things be shown for to demonstrate that your contract with him is complete. And amongst the things is the papers and the powder
Present
and
them.
various other accoutrements, right, including the amber. And the lawyers, and everyone kind of looks at you when you guys hobble in because you're still kind of injured. You're still you're not all of you are walking sprightly. You're still a little bit sensitive, amongst other things. And they look, and the son starts. What is this gibberish? What is this garbage? Conversation, yelling. It doesn't matter. So the lawyers shake their head, and in the end, what happens is this: all of you are, to the explosive anger of the son. It seems that Meriwether is going to create a trust, a small trust that involves all of you and Jackson Elias, along with a vehicle, and that it is yours to use, but only upon continued proof that you take care of what he has written in a journal. And you receive a sealed journal wrapped in brown paper with a night knot. And it says, the will stipulates that monies can only be spent towards things associated with the instructions that Mr. Meriwether has written in this. And Mr. Meriwether says that these is for eyes only of these recipients. And regardless of what has occurred, we are concerned about this. But we are at your disposal as the land and the deed for the farmhouse is also been given to you. So, after hours of argument, after an hour of argument, threatening letters, and the son says he's going to get to the bottom of all this and that you will pay and that there's no way this is possible, that you cheated, you swindled him and his wife and his children, and somehow you manipulated his father to change the will at the last minute. This is unacceptable, and that he'll be speaking to all of you and be getting his own lawyers, blah, 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 blah. In the end, you guys have received a reasonable amount of money, a car, a will to a lease to perhaps a deed, I should say, to perhaps, a burnt out farmhouse, and a secretive journal.
Now, what's the actual price disclosed? What we received?
No, I didn't. It's a very comfortable price. It's. I wouldn't. I mean, could you retire on it? No, but is it a sizable
Can I afford single malt instead of the cheapest whiskey on the shelf?
It's possible you could now. Yeah.
Would this increase like a credit rating? Does anybody get it?
Yeah, I haven't really. There's no rules in the story for this. I have to think about how to do this properly. But let's say that this increases everyone's credit rating. Right? This is sort of now a resource that gives everyone let's say a plus 20, right, percent, right, for now. Okay. Yeah, in a sense. But You're not the only person who's involved in a trust fund. The person who got you in contact with Meriwether is also named, although he is apparently he has sent a representative, his own lawyer, there to accept the reading of the will as opposed to being there himself. The lawyer apologizes for Elias Jackson not being available, but he is currently traveling as part of his research. But he is the what's the right term? Gosh,
Proxy?
power of attorney, proxy or power of attorney.
Yep.
For this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But the lawyers are very particular that there are specific conditions that we have written that have been stipulated in additional documentation. They have everything to do with this journal, and there are instructions in the journal, and that we will require a monthly. We will watch the trust closely, and we will be taking account of the expenditures. And there are stipulations that certain things must be brought or presented to us over periods of time to justify the expenditures on this trust. But we are we apologize for the behavior of Mr. Meriwether's son. Certainly, it must be a shock to him if his father did not explain exactly what he expected. But regardless, the law is a law, and there is nothing illegal. You are, as has been said, now the guy's name is Bertrand. You are legal heirs to part of Mr. Meriwether's fortune. Well, we will be in contact, and we will be the handlers of the trust, and we wish you luck with your endeavors and whatever this is all about. Good day. So forth and so on.
Good day, sir, and thank you very much.
Or, just like 2-3 lawyers involved there, and a couple of what do you call it? JD. What do we call those, like junior lawyers who do all the work?
I would like to buy everybody a round of drinks.
That is in. I think. I guess you'd have to go to the right bank, withdraw it, and do some things. So I think there's some things you'd have to do. But yeah, I mean, after a couple hours, you go to the bank. There is some sort of way to do this. I don't know the particulars, but you can extract some money and buy some things. Although you have to keep all the receipts, so they say. Yeah, and so you guys have a round of drinks. Really nice drink.
Then I'm going to
Except, of course, that means you're going to have to go to a speakeasy, which isn't going to be open in the afternoon. So that's going to have to be later on.
Yeah, but Bruce won't take the drinks. He won't partake of that. Actually, he will go home.
So Bruce will not go to an illegal speakeasy with the rest of his new buddies.
We do have friends in the kitchen of the Carlton Hotel.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
You could try and sneak back there and have some drinks with them. Or get them to slip you some drinks. That is possible.
Go
and so that's in celebration.
Stay in the room, There's no better hospital room in the world.
How about the rooftop cafe?
Yeah, so you guys can splurge. Heck, you even take. The problem is, if you guys are gonna get that room, you realize, and you know this, you guys are gonna have to make a good impression because you guys pulled it off the fight. Some shenanigans happened, but you look at Antonio. Antonio doesn't look like he's going to be able to walk into that place very easily.
Why
You
don't you
could
buy
always
some?
buy him a suit.
Why don't you buy some
I mean,
clothes, Antonio?
I mean, my credit rating raised, right?
well, it's like this. You guys have a pool of money that raises your credit rating for plus 20%.
Oh, it's a pool. Okay.
Yeah, it's like generally your purchasing pool is now up by 20%. It's not like it's all, it's a trust fund. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
But the trust fund has stipulations to it. And if anybody is anyone gonna look at the journal, by the way?
Yeah, let's look at
Anybody?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I thought that's where we were going to going somewhere.
Well, I mean, you could, but you have to find a proper illegal speakeasy that'll be open at this time of the day, and so forth and so on. So maybe you find it, maybe not. Yeah. So some place. Let's say you do. It takes you some hours maybe to find it. I don't know how this works. When the speakeasies would be open, I have to research this. Would they be open in the middle of the afternoon or anything like this? I don't think so. I think they would open at night, really. So maybe you can't. So you go by a restaurant. You guys eat a nice meal. You look over the journal, and the journal seems to have it looks like newspaper clippings and writings, and it seems to be sort of this elaborate set of unresolved, unusual situations. And part of it seems to have seems to be there's some research about the sarcophagus, along with a whole bunch of other things, including these police reports from New Orleans. And at some point, it seems to be that this is something you already found out, but the seems to be the translation of the hieroglyphics on the top of the sarcophagus and the edges of the sarcophagus. Okay. Amongst other strange and unusual pieces of information. So, you are not sure if any of this was completely worth it, but you have at least been rewarded with not only financial reward, but there are strings attached, and the strings that are attached are quite strange. Elias Jackson, he is the one who got you into all this. What does he know of all this? Dun, dun, dun.
Probably nothing.
Who's Jackson Elias?
Didn't you say
yeah,
he was traveling?
It's Jackson Elias, not Elias Jackson. So.
Jackson Elias is a friend of Bruce Cummins and Biff that asked us to go see the guy that we are in the hearing right now, to go to the house and solve the problem with the monster that we just excommunicated.
Okay.
He's the reason for all that started.
But didn't they say he was traveling at the moment?
Well,
We
I
have
mean, you know,
destroyer set. And when he convoked all of us, he sent a letter for each of us. He didn't came to see any of us. Not even the Meriwether.
yeah. So the reason is that Jackson Elias was part of your contacts for different reasons, both for um, uh, either through art or through other things. The thing is that you guys know that he is a writer of anthropological books. Um, and I would have written that somewhere. The additional player notes, investigative notes. Yeah, for example, Jackson Alliance books include Masters of the Black Arts, surveys supposed sorcerers' cults throughout history, The Way of Terror, 1913, analyzes systematization of fear through cult organizations, warmly reviewed by George Sorrell, The Smoking Heart, 1915, first half discusses historical Mayan death cult. Second half instances present-day Central American death cults. And Sons of Death, 1918, which was a book about modern-day thuggies. He infiltrated the cult himself and wrote a book about it. And his last book, and he had his book in 1910, Skulls Along the River, where he exposed the headhunter cult in the Amazon. So he seems to write anthropological studies about dark human religions. For whatever reason, you all guys had in contact with him. Obviously, he travels the world, picks up art. He probably contacted you, or you contacted him, which is the reason why Boosby, Bruce, and Elizabeth got involved in his little network.
Right.
So eventually, if whatever is going to happen is that the professor that you have contacted, which I have yet to give a name to, but the professor that you've contacted, Rudolph, he says that indeed he is interested. Um, but he would like to, and he's happy to meet you in at least a week. He's traveling between Cornell University up north. Wait, yes, up north, upstate New York, and Columbia. He's not going to be available for at least a week and a half, but he will keep you informed, and he would love to discuss this, but he would like to meet you at Small's Paradise, his favorite jazz club in Harlem.
Sounds good.
And
I will relay that information to the rest of the party.
Mind if I come?
I would not be telling you if I was not inviting you to come.
You gotta stay home, Whitey.
All right.
I'll have you know, I'm known in the in the jazz clubs of Harlem.
Hey, we have one person of color in this group, swarthy Italian.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't quite count under these circumstances.
Not
Although
under these circumstances, but in general.
in general he would be. Yeah, in general he is. The reality is American racism is not very nice. At this point, he does live in East Harlem because that's actually where the original Little Italy was. So he may not go to these places, but Antonio, you know about this kind of stuff up in Harlem. But that's another side of Harlem that you normally don't go to, but you guys will. We'll leave that for the next adventure. So we can start out fresh. How's that?
Sounds lovely.
So,
Or actually, the next session.
Kai, I'm going to suggest to the party that we use some of the trust fund money to pay off the mobsters with, instead of just going out and
Yeah.
The what?
Do we owe them?
we owe them
The
$300
mob?
more dollars. Mobsters, the gangsters.
Mobsters.
But
Oh.
given that the presumably the police would have been called to this property near Syracuse now, did the lawyers just deal with that, or the mob? This didn't upset by any chance, did it?
The mob doesn't know shit about Ross's Corner, do they?
Good.
I mean, you don't think they would. Maybe they do. You don't know. But the mob works in the city of Syracuse. Ross's Corner is some little shit hick town 30 miles outside of Syracuse.
It's just that the stolen pickup was seen driving towards Syracuse, isn't it?
It was.
But I'm sure they disposed of it very well.
I hope they dispose of it in time before someone from Ross's Corner called, before the county sheriff who deals with Ross's Corner found all the dead bodies burnt inside that building and decided to call the Syracuse police.
Not the police.
Kai, I kind of I have an idea how to deal with all this.
Sure.
It would take a couple rolls, but I guess after I write a letter to the guy. I tell him I'm gonna need an extra week or so just to heal up, and then I'm gonna go up there, right?
Okay.
So I go up there, and once I arrive there, is there a payphone close by?
Payphones. This is where I'm not sure how popular payphones were in the 1920s. This is one of those. Gotta look that up. I guess you could find.
Coin-operated phone booths have been a thing since 1889.
Oh well, then so be it. There is a phone booth. There were 8,100 phone booths, and 19.
They were not particularly common, but they did exist.
I'll see you after my shutdown, guys.
I didn't know how common they were. Yeah, somewhere in Syracuse you're going to find a payphone.
Okay.
And in the train station, you'll definitely have a bank of them in the train station. Let's just say for that, yeah, for certain.
I would like to give can I find a little homeless boy somewhere in Syracuse?
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of hobos in Syracuse. Right? There's plenty of hobos because of the trains.
I find a competent hobo, not a fucking waterhead, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah. I mean, the hobos aren't necessarily drunk. They're just migrant workers, essentially, who like riding the rails. It's their own little weird thing.
So I
tell
him
they're not. Remember
that there's $10 involved if he could just phone the police in an hour and tell them that the people who murdered the people in the firehouse, in the house that went on fire, are in a secret speakeasy. They tried to burn the house down for the insurance money, and they're gangsters.
Oh my god.
Okay? So then I'm going to go to that house. I'm going to try to bang that guy in the kitchen, right? And then, while I'm in the kitchen, I'm going to turn the gas on the stove, right? Accidentally, in the heat of passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'm going to keep his attention on me the whole time. And then I'm gonna, Fuck them as long as I can, right? For like an hour. Or let's say 2 hours, about 2 hours, because I said for the police to come and call the police in 2 hours. So,
You let the gas fill up for 2 hours?
now let's say an hour, right? And then I light up a cigarette in the front of the speakeasy. And I just leave it in the ashtray, and then I go.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's a good plan. I guess the bum. I mean, the how much money to give the hobo?
I give him $10.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of
$10
money.
and change to make the call.
Sure. So, yeah, I mean, I guess the place is going to blow up eventually. It could catch on fire. I'm going to need you to roll like some fast talk and some stealth.
Okay, I can do that.
Right? Fast talk to bullshit the guy. Keep him distracted. Totally distracted. Totally on him.
You want me to roll? Could I do like sleight of hand, maybe?
Yeah, sleight of hand. Yeah. Okay, yeah, sleight of hand. Yeah. So he doesn't know. Okay, hard success. Very good. You just turn the gas on just a little bit, right? In a way that it's not going to feel like it's not going to fucking just fill the room up, and you're not going to hear it hiss very much, but just enough to slowly leak.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean the boss isn't there. There's probably a couple guys. It's probably him, probably playing poker with some of the other guys drinking. You know, nobody's around. The bartender isn't around because the place isn't. By the time you get there, the place isn't working. But they're probably still been playing all night. Who knows? Yeah. All right. So I guess eventually the place is gonna blow. And so you want the cops to get there after it blows up, I suppose?
Yeah,
Catching on fire?
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, well, yeah, it's going to catch on fire. There's going to be a fire, and I don't know where you're going to go. You'll probably hear fire engines at some point.
I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave Syracuse after that and take a train back to New York City.
Okay.
Now, did I get the dude who was picking on Antonio?
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
Yeah. Freddie Two-Tone would have been like. Were you banging Freddie Two-Tone or the other guy?
The other guy, but I wanted Freddie Two-Tone to be there. You know?
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Freddie Two-Tone. Yeah, Freddie Two-Tone would be there. He seems to be like the lieutenant who keeps the place, keeps everybody else in line. So yeah, the place. Well, I mean, the place blows. The catches on fire. You don't really know what happens. I'm sure it'll be bad. Maybe people survive. You never know. But it's bad. Windows blow out. Catches ablaze. And probably it takes the gas line downstairs and blows out the deli too eventually, right? Maybe. Might blow out the deli. Might blow out the deli. Yeah, some bad stuff happens. Well, Antonio, you might eventually get a phone call.
No.
Actually, somebody at the automotive shop might eventually talk. But we'll think about that later.
It looks like an accident.
Oh shit.
Now, Elizabeth, did you go up there in disguise or anything?
Yeah, I was thinking about her wearing like a red wig and a red dress, you know?
No. Okay. I know Elizabeth is very good at her.
Yeah, so it was known that a red-headed woman in a red dress was there, but that's pretty much it.
Sure. We'll leave it at that. The scene of the fire engines of Syracuse coming up to the remnants of this two-story stone, brick building that's blazing on fire from a supposed gas explosion. Blows out the windows in nearby buildings. You might even eventually read about it in the news, maybe on page 15 of the, New York Tribune.
Oh, that is horrible news. Look at that, Antonio.
No. I wanna cry. I'll see you guys. I'm going now.
Yeah.
I'm going. I don't know. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, all right, guys. I gotta clean up too here. All right, guys. Thank you.